And let's find our way to an easy seat. Settle in those sit bones. And remember that for easy seat, it really is whatever feels easiest. So for you, that may not be the ankles crossed. It may be that you want the soles of the feet together or a leg extended or both. So settle in for whatever feels good. Lift up tall through the crown of the head and then drop the shoulders nice and low down the back. If it feels okay, let's blink the eyes closed and just start that process of coming to our mat, coming to our practice, finding some separation from the day, from that to-do list, and just focusing on that inhale, that exhale. Couple more breaths here. Let's start with some shoulder shrugs. So on your inhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulders up by the ears. On the exhale, drop them all the way down the back. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale to release and lower. And just with your breath, couple more here. One more. And then we'll drop the shoulders nice and low. And let's let that right ear fall toward the right shoulder. Maybe bring those left fingers toward the mat. And then we'll sink the chin down toward the chest and we'll roll that left ear over toward left shoulder, maybe the right fingers finding the mat. Nice length in the neck here. And sinking that chin down toward the chest. We'll take our time, coming back up into neutral with that gaze. And then breathing in, we'll reach up tall, stretch toward the sky. Exhale, we'll twist to the right. Right hand behind us, left hand toward that right knee. On our inhale, we'll reach up tall through center. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, reaching tall through center. On our exhale, we're going to draw our hands down to heart center, palms together at heart center. We're going to shift the elbows and arms to the left, turn and look to the right. Inhale, we'll move through center. We'll shift those arms off to the right, and we'll turn and look to the left. Through center. Exhale, arms left, gaze right. And one more time, through center. Arms shifting to the right, gaze to the left. Back to center. We'll release and let's come to our tabletop, hands and knees. Let's circle out those hips here. We'll draw circles the other way. And then as we find neutral, we'll cat and cow. Inhaling for cow, exhaling to round for cat. And again, just with your breath, your pace. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more breath. Then we're going to keep our hips high at center. Walk our hands away and find our puppy stretch, melting the forehead, the heart down toward the mat. And we'll walk those hands back underneath the shoulders, extending the left leg. We'll spinal balance, pull that core in, add the right arm, reaching long out in front. Keep that breath. And release, switching sides. Right leg, engage the core, left arm reaching out. And we'll release. Then we're going to walk our hands to the top of the mat. Spread those fingers, tuck the toes. Let's find our way to that first down dog of practice. Lifting those hips, sending them up high, back toward the back of the room. Maybe we walk our dog, bend one knee, then the other. Hang the head here. Deep breath. On our inhale, we're going to make our way to the top of the mat and into a ragdoll. Bend the knees generously here. Grab opposite elbows. Hang the head. And as we release those arms, we're going to take our time, rolling all the way up into a tall mountain. Let's reach and sweep those arms up overhead, palms together. We'll draw some nice big circles on the sky. We'll switch directions, nice and long here. On that inhale, we'll reach up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Couple more like that. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to plant the hands, step back to a plank. On our exhale, we'll lower down, elbows in along the body. Inhale, lifting the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, up and back, down dog. On our inhale, we'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding, finding plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold, finding plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding, this time stepping our right foot back. We're gonna find a crescent lunge. So ball of that back foot. Nice bend in that front left knee. Shoulders soft as those arms reach overhead. And then we're gonna bring those fingers down to the mat, runner's lunge. Maybe slide that right foot further down the mat. Add a block here if you need to. And then walking to the wide edge of the mat, turning both feet parallel, wide leg fold. We're going to keep the weight in the heels here. Bend one knee and then the other. Feel that stretch in each leg as you move side to side. Coming back to center. Walk back to the top of the mat, those left toes, turn those toes back to that runner's lunge. Maybe rock a little bit on that back foot, sink the heel toward the mat. And then we'll step it back, down dog. On our inhale, we'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, folding the left foot. We'll step back. Crescent lunge on this side. Take your time, settle in here. And then we'll reach those fingers forward, finding our runner's lunge. Adjust the feet. Use a block if you want. And then we'll open up to the wide edge, wide leg fold. We'll bring our stretch to that left leg. Really sink the chest straight toward the left leg. And then through center over to the right. Back to center. We'll walk to the top of the mat, turn those toes. Runner's lunge again, maybe rock on the back foot, sink that left heel. And then as you're ready, plant those hands, step or slide that right foot back, down dog. And then we'll take our knees nice and wide, touch the toes, and sink it back. Find that child's pose. Slow the breath here. On our inhale, we're going to flow it forward. Exhale, send it up and back, down dog. Using an inhale, we'll step or walk to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, folding, right foot back, crescent lunge. Reaching those fingers forward, runner's lunge down to the mat. Settling in, we're going to add a twist here. Use a block if you like. That right hand will stay on the block or the mat. The left arm will open up toward the sky. Lower that left hand and walk to the wide edge, wide leg fold. We're going to come to a side lunge to the right first. We're going to bend that right knee. You can stay up high if you like, the hands on the thighs, sinking those hips straight back, or you can come to a deep side lunge where you lift that right heel and those left toes. Whatever feels best in your body. Maybe the hands meet at heart center for a little balance. On our inhale, we'll move up through center and over to the other side, finding whichever type of side lunge you want on this side. Keeping that breath. And then back to center, wide leg fold. We'll walk back to the top of the mat, runner's lunge, and then you can step back to a down dog, a child's pose, or if you want to add the bottom of your salutation, you can roll to your plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or your up dog. Exhale, down dog. On our inhale, we'll step walk or hop to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling tall. Exhale, as we fold, we'll step our left foot back. Crescent lunge. On that inhale, reaching those arms forward, we'll find our way to a runner's lunge. Adding our twist, left hand stays on the block or the mat, right arm reaches up tall. As we lower that right hand, we'll walk to our wide leg fold. We'll come to a side lunge to the left first. If you want to take an option to just bend the knees again side to side, you could do that too. If you don't like a side lunge hold, always options. Make the practice what you need for today. And we'll come up through center, over to the right. And back to center, wide leg fold. We'll walk to the top of the mat, turn those toes, runner's lunge. And again, as we step it back, we can find a down dog, a child's pose, or rolling to plank. We can add the bottom. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, sending it up and back, down dog. Last one here in practice. Couple of breaths. And then we'll find our way as we're ready to that child's pose. Let's walk our hands off to the left. Breathe into that right side of the body. Open things up, make some space. And we'll move through center. We'll walk our hands off to the right and we'll open up the left side of the body. And then back to center. Let's take one more breath here. And then we'll rise back to that tabletop and take our hips side to side, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, just back and forth. And then finding neutral, we'll cat and cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more breath. And then we'll make our way into that nice, easy seat. Let's extend our right leg. Keep that left foot on the inside of the right leg. Pull those right toes back towards you. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to hinge and fold. And we'll release and switch sides. We'll send our left leg out long, right foot to the inside of the left leg. Half bound angle, reaching tall on the inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. And we'll release, sending both legs out. Readjust those sit bones, pull those toes back towards you, reach it tall on the inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. And we'll release. Keeping those legs extended, maybe slide those feet down the mat because we're going to roll back. We want to make sure we have room as we roll down here on our mat. Legs extended, arms are going to reach out nice and long in front. Pull that core in, tall in the spine. We're going to lean back a little bit and stay. Lean back a little more, hold. Keep breathing though. Engage that core. A little bit more, lean back, hold. One more, lean back, stay. And then we'll release and roll all the way down onto our back. Get settled here, adjust the hips, walk the shoulders down the back. Let's windshield wiper a little side to side with the knees. Just loosening up that back, checking in with the hips. When we're even, we'll come back into neutral. Let's pull that right knee into chest, extend the left leg long. Holding behind that right leg, we'll extend the right foot up toward the sky, pull those toes back towards you, sink the heel toward the sky. And as we release, we'll squeeze that right knee in. And we'll switch sides. Squeeze the left knee in, send that right leg long. And then we'll extend the left leg up toward the sky. Pull those toes back towards you, sink the heel. And we'll squeeze that left knee back into chest. Bring the right knee back in as well, and we'll rock things out. Massage out the spine. And then as you're ready, we'll release into our Shavasana. Sending those legs long down the mat. Let the feet fall open. Settle the arms by your side. Blink the eyes closed. Return to the breath, focusing just on that inhale and that exhale. And as we settle in, maybe we picture the rest of the day, knowing that it will be a good day, a good week. Few more breaths here. Feel that back body against the mat. Feel that breath moving in and out. Breathing in that knowledge that it's going to be a great rest of the day. We can plant the feet as we're ready and make our way to either side, to the left or to the right, where we'll pause for a few final breaths of practice. Breathing in the good of practice and using these last few exhales as a way to leave anything here on the mat we don't want to take with us when we leave. Returning to our tall, easy seat. Thank you very much for sharing part of your great day with me. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing side lunge. If you came from that side lunge tip video, I hope that this flow was a great practice for you. I have lots of practices that incorporate side lunge. I have lots of practices that don't include side lunge, as well as many, many tips for all the different poses to have the most nourishing practice that you can have. Inside my Yoga with TG membership, I would love for you to check it out, and I would definitely love for you to join us. So you're invited. Check out this video, look at all the things that are in there, and then hop in and let's practice more together.